They will be in the same folder as where you find our homeworks. They normally have a title like Week 2 Screencast or Chapter 1 Screencast and so on. Okay. Thank you for typing your name in the chat. How do I split the screen? You can press Alt and you press the two brackets next to the letter P at the same time. Okay, or sometimes in the Chromebook for my daughters, I also do it manually. I click on a window and then I drag it to the side until it shows like a gray screen. Okay, and then I do that again to the other side, to the left hand side, and then they will split automatically. Yeah. Okay, so like I drag this one until I'm not using a Chromebook right now, but I'm just demonstrating. Like you drag this all the way to the left until it shows like a gray line. Then you know it's being split, and then you drag another window to the other side. Or somebody taught me a shortcut, Alt, and then press the two brackets at the same time next to the letter P. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Let me view activity history and see if you were able to log in. I have 9 of 24 students. Okay, I'm gonna minimize my screen. Okay, my internet is also slow by this time until actually 11 o'clock. There's going to be 4 of us Zooming in the house. After lunch, there's going to be 3 left. Okay, I can see Javier, Edgar, Giselle, Louise, Anna, Samantha, Desiree, Cesar, Kyle, and Silly are on it already. If it doesn't work for you guys, I do understand. So just maybe focus on the Zoom window, and maybe later on when there's a better internet connection, you guys can work on it as well. All right, so the first equation is a one-step literal equation. We are going to solve this literal equation for h. So what do we mean by that? In the past few days, we've been working on solving equations, but we were solving for specific variables. So, or we were solving for, let's say, x is equal to 5, x is equal to 2. So we're looking for the value of x that will make the equation true. But in our lesson today, we will be solving for specific variables. In other words, we are rewriting formulas. The first formula that you see right now is A is equal to BH. So area is equal to B times H. The question is asking you to use the pencil tool to circle the variable that you're solving for. So I'm going to model that over here. You want to get the H, so that means we circle H, right? There you go. So if you circle H, that means we need to get that letter by itself. Can I get the link? Wi-Fi was out and just join right now. Okay, honey. Can you give me 1 second? I need to copy and paste that from the top. There you go. Okay, so if you want to get the H by itself, we need to get rid of the B. And how are we going to get rid of the B? Well, first we ask ourselves, well, what was the operation used, right? Okay, did they divide? Did they multiply? Because whatever operation was used, you have to undo that. Okay, you have to undo that. All right, so I guess on this slide, all you need to do is circle the H and you pick an answer from among the choices. Okay, which operation should we do? Should we perform on both sides? Is it divide by H, subtract B, or divide by B? And only 3 students have chosen their answer so far. So please cast your vote. We want to get the H, so we have to do the opposite of B, but the opposite of multiplication is division. There you go. I can see Edgar, Cesar, and George voting already. So since B was multiplied to H, we have to undo it. And we have to do the reverse operation. There you go. And I can see most of you picked divide by b. Okay, well, in the next slide, you guys will see what the correct answer is. So go ahead and move on to the next slide. Okay. Move on to the next slide. Oh, what is my pen doing? I'm so sorry. Okay, I can see 8 of you are still on slide number 1. If you can follow along and go to slide 2, that will be nice so we don't leave you behind. If you just got started, in slide 1, we are just like choosing among the choices. Okay? All right. So the correct step is to divide both sides by b, right? So now what are we going to do next? We're going to simplify and write the final equation. We're going to simplify and write the final equation. How are we going to do that? I'm going to model that here on the left-hand side. Our beginning equation is A is equal to BH. We said that we're going to get the H by itself. So that means we have to get rid of the B by doing the reverse operation of multiply, which is divide. So whatever we do to the right, you have to do to the left. There you go. So now what's going to happen? The b's will go away, right? They will be canceled out. This b divided by b is just 1. So you'll have h by itself. So you're going to bring down the h here, and you will have a over b. So this is now a new formula that we can use to find the height, right? Because A is area, B is base, and H is height. So now what you're going to do is write it in standard form by switching these two sides around, okay? So when you switch those two sides around, you'll get H is equal to capital A over B. And this will be the resulting equation in simplest form. Okay, I'll give you some time to kind of, play around that and try to type the answer in using the keyboard provided to you. All right. Okay, be mindful of the variables. If they're capital letters, please use capital letters as well. Giselle, it's A over. So I think you have to press the fraction symbol in the keyboard. So you want to try that one now. Louise, were you able to access the link right here? And if you just joined us right now, please type your name in the chat. Thank you. And instructions are either in Schoology 1.5 or you can click on the link that I placed in the chat. There you go. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. All right. Nice ones. Okay. Your formulas look great. Jaden, the letter B is a small letter. So change the capital B to letter B, honey. Okay. Sorry about that. It's not because I'm just being picky, but when you guys are writing down the correct answer by hand, like if you write a wrong letter or variable, it will be marked wrong. Okay, thank you. All right, waiting for Riconel. You found the fraction bar, Riconel. Okay, awesome. All right. So now let's get started and head on to slide number 3. Slide number 3. Now we have a question here. So the correct answer is shown on the screen, and you're asked to explain why this equation cannot be simplified anymore. Explain why this equation, A over B is equal to H, cannot be simplified further. Okay, so write down your response. Explain briefly why we cannot simplify A over B is equal to H anymore. Okay, only Luis has started to write his response. What about the others? Okay. Playing around with the keyboard, Emily. Yeah. Nice keyboard, huh? It allows you use it allows you to use the mathematical symbols. Okay, so why can't we simplify anymore? Is the variable that we're trying to get already by itself? What do you think? And can we it's okay. Can we further combine like terms? Is it possible? What do you guys think? Okay. All right. Javier said the variable is by itself. That's a good one. Giselle said we already got. What did we get, Giselle? We already got the variable h. Okay, Louise said because now you need to multiply b times h. And if you do that, you're going to be going around the bush, right? So you have to have the letter h or the variable that you're solving for all by itself. And you've done that already. Okay. And the variables a and b cannot be simplified together because they are not like terms. They are not like terms. Okay. There you go. So consider that as you type your response. And while waiting for your answers, please make sure that you go back to the other decimals we did last Friday because your score is dependent on how many slides you finished. So if you finished 6 out of 15 slides last time, I gave you 6 over 15. Uh-huh. So if you finish it later on or tomorrow, let me know so I could double check. So I could change your score. Okay, so getting ready to move on to slide 4. Here we go. Example 2. This time we're looking at a different example. Two-step literal equation, and we want to solve for W. W. Number 1, use the pencil tool again to circle the variable we are solving for. Circle the variable we're solving for. Cool. All right, so now the next question is, which operation should we perform first to solve for W? Okay, if you circle the P is not the one we're looking for, so you're going to do it again. All right, we're not looking for P. It says we are going to solve this literal equation for W. So that means you have to circle W in the problem, not the P. Okay, one student voted divide by 2. Another voted subtract 2L. Another voted subtract 2W. Okay, what do you think is the right one? If we're solving for W, can we divide by 2 right away, or is there any other quantity that's in the way? Okay, can we divide by 2 right away, or we need to get rid of the 2L first? What do you guys think? So how can we get to W in this equation? Do we divide the 2 or get rid of the 2L? Okay, 7 students voted for subtract 2L. If you subtract the 2W, Javier, then we can't leave the W by itself on the left-hand side, right? So maybe let's keep the 2W there because it's the W that we're trying to get. Okay. All right. So let's show the correct answer on the next slide. So go ahead and move on to the next slide and see what the correct answer is. Okay, so the correct answer is silly. Why are you scribbling on the on the screen? All right. So the correct answer is to subtract 2L first from both sides. So let me model that here on the screen. So since we want to get the W, we have to take away 2L first from both sides, right? There you go. So these two will be canceled out. And then you bring this down together. So 2W is equal to, now you bring these two down together in that same order. So P was there originally, and then minus 2L. There you go. All right, so now that we have subtracted the 2L from both sides, we need to get rid of the 2 that's connected to the W. But I think that's going to be on the next slide, so I'm not going to show that yet. Okay, so it's just asking you to subtract 2L from both sides. It could look fun. All right. So subtract 2L from both sides. So be careful when you guys are writing your answer. Now, if you want to interchange the P and the 2L, some students write it this way. They follow the order in the English alphabet, so they switch these two around. If you do that, then make sure that the numbers take the signs with them. Like 2 has the negative sign, right? And then the P is positive, so plus P. There you go. So if you want to switch them, they have to take their signs with them. Anna, you want to switch your signs, honey? Okay. All right. Samantha, use a capital letter for W. Giselle, use a capital letter. Okay. All right. We're not in the fraction yet, Javier. This slide is only asking us to subtract 2L from both sides. So you're one step ahead. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So keep that equation in mind as we move on to the next slide, because it's going to ask you to get the W by itself already. Okay, so starting to move on in slide 6. Let's go. Okay, did I skip a slide? No, that was 5. Okay. All right, so in slide 6. So now what are we going to do? Yay, we got the right answer. So 2W is equal to P minus 2L, right? Now the question is, explain why P minus 2L cannot be simplified anymore. Okay. Oh, sorry, Kai, did we go too fast? Chris, did you get stuck? Fernando, do you need help? You got stuck? Okay. Let me see where you are. You got, 2W equals, okay. So you're going to subtract 2L from both sides, Kyle. Subtract 2L from both sides. So you're moving the whole 2L to the right of P, but you have to change its sign to negative. Okay. So it's going to be 2W equals, nope, you have to start with 2W. 2W, so pretty much, oh, where did I go? All right, so when I'm on your slide actually. So you're moving this to the other side and you're making it negative. So P minus 2L, right? And then you're going to bring this down. So 2W will be equal to P minus 2L. Okay, I hope that showed on your screen, but okay. All right, so let's see how you explain that part. It cannot be simplified anymore because they're different variables. They're not like terms. They're two different variables. Okay, that's good. All right. So if they cannot be simplified anymore, then let's see what we will do next in number 7. Okay, in number 7, it says, now solve the resulting equation for W. Solve the resulting equation for W. Okay, so W was multiplied by 2. You finish your work, Camilla? Okay. So now that you see 2 being multiplied to W, you have to do the reverse operation. So that means you're going to divide each one, okay, by 2. So see how I'm doing it on the screen? Whatever I do to one of them, I have to do to everything. That's a property. That's a division property of equality. That's why it's called equality. Whatever one gets, the others get it too. Right? I hope that is true also in real life, right? How we wish. Okay, so now what's going to happen? You cancel these, okay? Now, there's no 2 over here, so the 2 or the fraction will stay under the P. And then 2 divided by 2 can also be canceled. So what will be our equation? W, okay, you bring that down, equals. I like how Javier wrote 1/2 P. You can also write P over 2 or 1/2 P. They mean the same thing. And then minus this one. The 2's canceled, so now you have an L left. There you go. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, one student earlier asked me, let me just show it here on the left-hand side. Now, she asked me, Miss, can I go like this? Put all over 2 instead of dividing P and 2L by 2? That's also correct. Okay, so you can cancel the 2 on the left-hand side and you just keep them as they are like this. Okay? So they mean the same thing. However, there are instances when we need to separate them into 2 different fractions. Okay? A fraction and let's say if these were a constant, there are instances when we need to separate that, such that when we are rewriting formulas in the form y equals mx plus b, so in that case, we have to split them. Okay, Javier wrote, Javier, we're solving for W, honey, not L. You want to switch those around? Okay. Luis, I think you need to fix your fraction form, my dear. Okay. Samantha, use capital P. All right. Nice. Ricanel, you lost the... No, I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry about that. Emily, use capital P. Annecy, use capital P, honey. Jaden, you want to delete the negative next to the 2? You had an extra negative at the bottom, my dear. Okay. All right. And Amaya, use capital W. So be mindful of the variables. Kyle, you want to change the W to a capital one? And I think you have an extra P, honey. Okay. I don't know if you can see my Zoom window also right now. Okay. I know it's hard to like go back from one screen to the other. So if you can split your screen, that will help you a lot. To split your screen, you press Alt and then you press these two bracket signs on your Chromebook at the same time. At the same time. Yeah, so you can see both at the same time. Okay. All right. I can see most of you have moved on to number 8. Go, go, go. Number 8. Number 8. All right. So now we're looking at a different equation. We're looking at a different equation. Use the pencil tool again to circle the letter that we're trying to get. Circle the letter we're trying to get. Okay. Now that's a good one. Sometimes you circle the Y or sometimes you circle the 3Y. Well, the bottom line is you know what's going to stay there for the meantime, right? So you want to keep it there and move everything away from 3Y. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. So whatever you're shading right now, I can see you guys shaded heavily on that one. So don't touch that one. Keep it there. So whatever is in the way, you got to move it later. Okay, so what operations should you do? Nice. Okay, and I can see your vote is pretty solid right now. Okay. Javier, whatever you circled has to stay there. So don't touch the 3Y yet. Okay, George, you wanted the Y by itself, so it has to stay there. Okay. So whatever you circled must stay on that side. So George, I don't think we can subtract the 3Y. We just said that we want to get the Y by itself, right? And we circled the Y. So whatever you circled, don't touch it. Keep it there. Nice. Divide by 3? I don't think so, George. If you divide by 3, then we're going to divide the 2x and 4. So can we divide by 3 right away? What do you guys think? All right. You okay, Kyle? So now let's move on to slide 9 and see what happens. So the correct answer is subtracting 2x. Subtracting 2x. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. You leave the y there because you want to get the y by itself. Okay, and now you have to take this away. So you're going to subtract 2x from both sides. Okay. So then how will your equation look like? And Emily wrote 4 minus 2x. That was quick, Emily. Good job. All right. So 3y is equal to 4 minus 2x, Emily said. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is rainbow and this is rainbow too.
Wow, letter D.
This is a rainbow. Mine is black. These are rainbow.
Good job. You want to circle the dots as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, honey. Nice looking equations. All right. Okay. 4 minus 2x. Kyle, change your first minus sign to an equal sign, honey. Okay. All right. Now, if you guys get confused, let me write it over here. 2x plus 3y is equal to 4. So sometimes it helps to keep the equal sign at the same spot. So if you want to get the y by itself, you move the 2x over. There you go. So you'll get, that cancels out. You get 3y equals, and then you bring that down, 4 take away 2x. So if you get confused, um, it helps to keep the equal sign at the same spot when you guys are writing by hand. Okay. All right. I can see most of you or some of you move on to number 10. Let's see what happens in number 10. Here we go. So now the resulting equation is shown, and that's the same one you guys got, right? 3y is equal to 4 minus 2x. So the next thing you will do is simplify it now. Simplify it. So what will you do with the 3 so you can get the y by itself? What will you do with the 3 so you can get the y by itself? So what are you going to do? 3 was multiplied to y. So what's the reverse operation? How do you undo multiplication? So if you find yourself wondering, what operation am I going to do? Emily said divide, right? Okay, so pretty much the operation that was used gives you a clue as to how you're going to undo it. Since 3 and y are side by side, it means they were multiplied. So to undo multiplication, you have to divide by 3. That's great. So when you divide by 3, make sure that you divide everything, not just the 3y. Whatever you do to the left, you have to do to the right. And if they can't simplify, you got to keep them in fraction form. If they can't simplify, you're going to keep them in fraction form. So there will be 2 ways to do it. Okay, cancel as needed, or you can also write the problem like this: all over 3, if you don't want to split the divided by 3. Okay.
Mommy, I'm doing on my country. I may do this and then I do this. Then I need to do this.
No, you messed up your name? It's okay, honey, to make mistakes. You can do it again. You mess up the A. It's okay to mess up sometimes. That's part of learning. All right. So let me see how you guys wrote down your equations. So the final answers will be, if you cancel the 3 here, y must be alone. If you're writing something that doesn't have the y by itself, you have to do it again. George, you're on the right track. 4/3 minus, and then 2x over 3. That's one possible answer. Or you can also write y is equal to 4 minus 2x all over 3, and that's another possible answer. So whichever you guys prefer, these two answers are both right. Okay, nice one, Caesar. So after that, then you cancel the 3 from the left-hand side. So the 3y over 3, Caesar, just delete the 2 3's there because they just turned to 1. Nice one, Edgar. Okay, Giselle, you just missed the 3 at the bottom, but that's a good start. Okay. Riconel, I think that was the... Okay. All right, you turned it into 2x plus 3y equals 4. I'm not saying that's wrong, but that's actually also equivalent to the original equation. But you're not answering the question, though, if you leave it like that. You want the y by itself, honey. So you have to write a formula that has y equal to. y equal to. That's what we're looking for. hmm Nice one, Emily. Okay. Nice, George. Okay, so you can, George, can you share your answer to the whole class? I just want them to see if they're not seeing it in Zoom right now. That instead of writing 2x on the numerator, you can also write 2/3 together and then x on the side. There you go, or in the middle. That's another way to write it. Very good, NC. Jaden, you got it. All right. Okay, the rest are still typing their equations. Okay, if you're kind of getting the hang of it, keep going. Our ultimate goal is to get to the sorting slide, and the sorting slide is on slide number 14. You guys are going to mix and match. Okay. All right, I'm going to clear my ink. If you could please share your answer so those who are um, needing a little bit of help can see them. All right. I think this is the last set that we're going to practice on. Ooh, I need to exercise after this period. My feet are getting numb. Okay, so now we want to get the x by itself. So let's circle the x. All right. So this is addition and this is division. So what should you do first? What should you undo first? If you ever find yourself wondering, what am I going to do first? Always remember your order of operations. Okay, so Pam does. So since multiply and divide come first before add and subtract, you have to do the division first. So you have to undo division first. So to undo division, the reverse operation, very good. Yep, you guys chose the right answer. 5 students, chose multiply by 4 because you have to undo the division first. Okay, and let's see on the next slide if that's the correct answer. So everybody cast your vote and then move on to number 12. Slide 12, the correct first step is to multiply both sides by 4. That's great. Okay, so if you multiply by 4, how are we going to set it up? If you multiply here by 4, you also have to multiply on the right. So see how I'm doing it? Okay, so that means you cancel the 4 here because 4 divided by 4 will just turn into a 1. Oh, your bracelet. Okay, so you're going to divide 4 divided by 4 and you will be getting 4z over here. So 4z is equal to x plus y. Okay, I'll fix Olaf later when mommy's done working. All right, so you multiply the 4 to the z, and then you'll leave the x plus y as is on the right hand side. Okay. Yeah, so you'll have something like 4z equals, very good, very good. If you could please share your answers so those who are needing a little bit of help can also see them. Nice one. All right. Very good. Okay. Oh, Samantha, 4z is equal to x plus, honey, not minus. Yeah, plus. All right. Okay, if you have already written your answer, go ahead and move to number 13. I'll stay on 12. Move ahead. Go to 13 if you're done. You're multiplying the z by 4, and you're just copying the right-hand side as is. Times the z by 4, and copy the rest as they are. Javier, I think it was x plus. Yeah, that you're doing it right. Luis, you multiply it by 4. So you remove the 4 on the right hand side. Okay. Okay. Now, Anna, since you already multiplied the 4 to the z, you have to remove the 4 under x plus y. Mm-hmm. Because you already multiplied it. I can hear my tummy grumbling on me. Okay. Um. Okay, Alexa, you already wrote down the correct answer. Okay. No worries. That's fine. Just keep it that way. All right. Now, everybody in 13 now? Everybody in 13? Okay. Now solve for the solve for the variable x. Okay, so all you need to do is undo the plus y. Undo plus y and move it to the other side. Okay. So since he wanted to get the x by itself, undo plus y. Thank you for typing your name in the chat box. If you've forgotten to do that, please make sure that you do it now. Um,
Mommy, the other dream was the other dream was mouse.
tell me about your dream later, honey. Okay, Javier. Javier, I wonder why you divided everything by 4. Aren't we getting the x by itself? So if you want to get the x by itself, then it's just the y that needs to be taken out. Okay. Caesar, that's right. Caesar, can you share your answer with the class? You wanna click on share? Okay, Kyle, I think you wrote letter Z 2 times. Okay. All right, 4Z minus y. Great. Okay, so finish up your thoughts. Now, if you guys are done, let's go to the last slide. And as you can see, you will be seeing a bunch of cards right here. And I can see that Edgar has already started to try to mix and match them. Okay. So what you're going to do is find a partner of a card. So let's say, for example, Edgar, if you're solving for, okay, Edgar, you can't match them like that. So one card has to say solve for something, and then the other card is the resulting equation. Yep. So let's say, for example, here, solve for k, right? So if you solve for k, you want to multiply the x to the y. So this card over here, which should match with that, has to go inside this one. Okay? So you multiply the x and the y to get the k by itself. So k is equal to xy. So that's one correct pair right there. Okay? All right. So you will see on my screen if you're getting it right, because it will turn to green if you're pairing them correctly. So it will turn to green if you're pairing them correctly. This is so cool. It can anonymize the users. It assigns different names. Okay. Now you have different names on my screen. That's so cool. Okay. That's nice, Javier. Two in a row. Ita, that's two in a row. That's awesome. Evelyn, two in a row. That's great. Three in a row for Ita. Yeah. Caesar, three in a row. That's great. Anna, two in a row. Hennessy, two in a row. That's great. Edgar, three in a row. Make that four for Javier and Edgar. Cesar on his third. Ita on her fifth. Nice. Hennessy third third pair. Correct. Anna on her fourth. All right, Javier. Showing off right now, huh? All right, Kyle. Three in a row. What's up, Caesar? All right. That's awesome. Anna, good job. Okay, you have to take a picture of this slide. You take a screenshot and you have to upload that to the 1.5 homework. Okay? That's how you guys are going to be graded. You have to take a picture of this slide and upload it to your 1.5 classwork. Nice one, Javier. Edgar is done. Anna is done. Cesar done. Nice. Luis, they're all showing orange, Luis. We have to do it again. Try again, honey. Alexa on her seventh. Ricanel, two in a row. All right, and Alexa is done. All right, Jaden. So those who are done, take a picture of this slide and then you upload it to the 1.5 classwork. You may continue to work on your independent work in the remaining 15 minutes before homeroom. Okay? All right. It's 11:13. We got 2 minutes to go. Emily is done. NSC done. Jaden done. Alexa finished. Edgar finished. Javier, Anna. Okay. Um. So Emily, if I go to your slide like this, Emily, oh, can you like show your cards? like this, Emily. Do you see what I'm doing right now? And then you have to take a picture of them, okay, and upload it to Schoology. Okay. So you have to take a picture of your cards to stack like this when you're done and upload them to Schoology. All right, Emily, Alexa, Jaden, Cesar, Kyle, 4 in a row. Ita, 4 right. Think about the last 4. What section do we turn in? Jaden, you have to take a picture of your last slide. So see how I'm showing your slide on the screen right now? You take a picture of this and you upload it to your Schoology. Okay. Yes, George, how may we help you? So we turn, yes, in 1.5, the one that has the decimals, it says 1.5 solving literal equations. Okay. I should have put